What got you interested in interiors?
My father wanted me to be in bee farm. That was not my forte. I don't want to be into science. I wanted to be a designer. One day when I was walking with my uncle holding his hand, he said that my sir can visualize the place bare shell where there is nothing and how it is going to look like. Then I started working on myself.
Has any client ever criticized your design?
Not really. When we design the thing, so I take client into confidence. One residence apartment I have done a couple of years back. That apartment I have done 22 years back also. So I went there and met at his house. He said, not a single piece of marble has come out. Normally in 6 months or a year, marble starts coming it out. So that is like 20 years back आपने बनाया था, अभी भी वहाँ से marble नहीं.
Do you say no to any customer?
Yeah, many times. You don't give advice to the doctor, neither to the CA, neither to the lawyer. You can't advise the architect. I've done recently one house where 3 generations are staying. They started crying that we are very happy.
Hello friends, it's my pleasure to introduce interior designer Divvyakant Mistry, a very dynamic, disciplined and charismatic interior designer. You will know what I mean in the podcast. So welcome Divvyakant sir, it's a pleasure to have you over.
Thank you.
I think we've known each other for 20 plus years now.
More than 20, I think so 23 or 24 years.
Wonderful.
I'm associated with Marshalls last 23 years or more.
Yes.
23, 24 years.
Almost as long as interiors and wall coverings have been in the play.
The moment I think so wallpaper must have introduced in India or Mumbai, Marshall is there with me. And I'm there with Marshall.
Perfect.
Since the shop, I remember near the Prabha Devi.
Yes, that's our identity. Look at the Marshalls Prabha Devi.
That was the first shop.
Yeah.
So since then I know. I think so before that also there is one more shop before that. Where was it? I don't remember.
So dad started the company in 1975 and 1979 is when we bought Prabha Devi as a first showroom.
Okay.
Till then dad used to manage on his bike and ghar se operation and so on.
Okay.
So that's been our first showroom where we are.
So since then I remember I'm there with the Marshall. Marshall is there with me.
Fantastic. So sir, tell us something about your journey. What got you interested in interiors?
Interior is something, it is very close to my heart. Since before I know the definition of interior. I had spoken about this earlier also. Like when I was very small, around 7 year or 8 year something, that time actually my family background is into interiors.
Okay.
My uncles, my parents, my father, my grandfathers, they all were into contractings and all those things.
Okay.
Okay, so some level of communication used to happen in the family. So one day when I was walking with my uncle holding his hand, 7-year-old, and he was talking to me on the road, and he said that he was working with one architect, and he was talking about the architect, what architect is and what his architect's brain is about. So he said that my sir can visualize the place bare shell where there is nothing, and then also he can visualize what is there, what has been kept and how it is going to look like. So it was very surprising to me because that is the first time that I'm hearing something that person can visualize also something like that. So number one was the visualization. That was a challenging, and the second thing is you can feel and see the whole place. That was something amazing. So I asked also how he can visualize something. Then I started working on myself. That how person can visualize. Slowly, steadily, I started dreaming that okay, I can see this. Like nowadays people are wearing VRs and visualizing the place. So for
3D
me,
that comes in hand.
That time the VR was not there, but then bare eyes, open eyes, I started thinking that I look at the sky and I think something else. I look at somebody and I was in some other world. So that's how I started working on that.
Oh, fantastic.
So that was before interiors. So from there, the interior as a concept fascinated me. Okay, this happens in interiors, so I want to become an interior designer. So nobody has told me that do this or do that as an interior designer. I myself decided I want to be an interior designer. So that's how the journey started at the age of 7.
Okay. That's the youngest interior designer I know.
Maybe You can say that.
Great. So it's sometimes just that one thought,
Correct.
that one idea that
True.
defines a whole
Yeah.
career
Absolutely,
and path
absolutely.
forward.
One sentence, my boss can visualize something, has changed my life. I took it that line and I perceive that as a career, and I'm very happy.
Fantastic. So Rachna's is where you've done your interior
School
design.
of Interior Design, Rachna, SID.
Okay. And then you got started with your own practice, or you worked with certain
No,
designers?
when I was in last year of my GD, I have done the diploma in interiors from Rachna. I have done my graduation from HR college, and then I did this. So like got quite good amount of knowledge in accounts and finance also. That is what I was the idea was about, and then got some maturity to learn the professional line itself. Like after doing 10th, this course is not the right way of doing it. So you should have that matured approach to handle the knowledge also and the pressure also. So that's how I did that. But I was quite fortunate when I was in the last year of college and a couple of months were left out. Through my father's some contact, I got the opportunity to work on some design option, one office in Nariman Point.
Okay.
So I got the project over there, and that was also a turnkey project. They said you have to do it as a complete solution, design also and execution also. That was quite challenging because first of all you got the project as a designer, and on the top of that you have to do it as a contract turnkey solution provider. So everything in one hand and one time. So that's how I started, and I was very happy, and I did it that very challengingly and accept those challenge and satisfied them.
So did having
And
people
that's
in
how
your
I started
family
that. That's how.
help?
In terms of education, they always support me. Okay, you want to do this, do this.
Okay.
They don't want me to be a designer.
Okay.
My father wanted me to be in B farm.
Okay.
So we can set up some factory, or I can be a part of the medical industry, but that was not my forte. I don't want to be into science. I was not that science student to be in to that thing. I wanted to be a designer.
But first project on your own during your college time, there are so many aspects.
I know.
Today we just look at a good image on Pinterest and say this is design,
Correct.
but that's really not the design, that's the outcome.
Correct.
Design starts much earlier, and
True.
so much that goes into it in terms of space planning to execution, electrical, fall
So many things.
ceiling,
MEP and the
floor,
works.
everything.
True.
So how did you manage that? क्योंकि कहाँ ही contacts होंगे
So,
या कहाँ ही you know anybody or anybody knows you to trust you for it.
yeah, actually, as I told you, my background is from the interior industry. So in the school time also, or even the college time, when the drawings comes to home, my father used to get the drawings, a big A size, A0 size, not even A3, A1 size, A0 size, huge drawings and blueprints. Those time there was a blueprints,
Ammonia
ammonia
blueprints.
blueprint. That was something fascinating me. Huge size. Those were bigger than my size that time when I was
Okay.
small. And from there I started seeing those drawings and started understanding those without asking my father or anybody that what is this and what is that. I used to read whatever the specifications were given next to the drawing, and then I used to start learning those shapes and everything. So that's how I started learning interior before enter into the interior. Okay, so that was a plus point. And since so many years this happened as an exercise, I've done that. So when I was into the college first year, they have given the project. In the first year, they have given residence project. Okay, and it was, I think so, 3-4 BHK residence apartment was there, and one bedroom at a time we have to develop, uh, keeping the college pace and everything in mind. And they have asked for the plan and elevation. That what they have taught. I have done plan, I have done elevations, and I have done all working possible details that I can do with the hand sketch.
Okay.
And shown it to the class in charge, whoever was the person was there. He was shocked. He said, "Who we have not even taken this into the syllabus yet. Right now, in the as a teaching part, we are going to do that, and you have done all this. So how you did this?" Then I explained that I am doing this many years. I am learning this many years. So I got it. So he said, every detail that you have done, those are correct. And to my knowledge, you don't need to spend 3 years here. You start your practice.
Okay.
So that kind of certificate he gave in first
Fantastic.
6 months. But then I said, I want to do that. I want to take a proper
Education.
education about this, and I want to do it. But that's how I learned that. And I enter into a lot of detailings there.
Fantastic.
So
So, in how much time did you execute that office?
again, Nariman Point over there is a working hours in the evening. Daytime you cannot work.
Okay.
And those were, I think, so 2 or 3 months I have finished those, 2.5, 3 months I have completed that office.
And I don't think तभी modular था.
No, everything was done on the site. And the client was also very happy. Client was NRI, so he was from Dubai. So he has given the specification, and they have appointed some manager who was handling the office also. So I was used to interact with him,
Okay.
approving the client drawings from the Dubai client. And at the time of completing the project, I had a little soft fight with him. A communication happened with them, sorted out later part. But the proud moment and happiest moment, after around 8 or 10 years, the same clients, some staff of the office, the manager was retired. Some of the senior staff of the office, they called me for some other work in the office. So they said, sir, come and see. So I went there. And then I started realizing, because after 10 years, I'm more seasoned, understanding the detail in a better way. And of
Yeah,
course, the
that was your
experience
first
counts.
project.
And that was my first project as a project. So then I started searching every detail where I must have done some kind of mistake making a first project. I felt so proud that not a single point or place that I can figure it out that that was a wrong detail that I have done.
Okay,
So I felt so
fantastic.
proud on myself. So that was something which very close to my heart.
Wonderful. You know, I after I did my 3-year diploma from Rahejas,
Okay.
I started doing Marshalls stalls,
Okay.
हम exhibitions के लिए. And then 2 clients came to me because it was not in my agenda. Wallpaper business है family का, वही करना है. But I did interiors from a learning perspective.
True.
So 2 clients came, said, "अरे we like what you've done, घर कर दोगे and all that." And I
Okay.
took it up कि
चलो
चलो
done,
you
हाँ,
know
करते
ये
हैं.
भी निकल पड़ा, करते हैं. बोथ साइड्स काम हो गया, एवरीथिंग ओवर, फाइनल पेमेंट्स नहीं आया.
Oh,
फिर मैंने कहा भाई
अभी रुक जाना है यार.
सर्विसेज के लिए लोग पैसे नहीं देते, प्रोडक्ट के लिए देते हैं, प्रोडक्ट बेचेंगे.
Product बेचेंगे. So
वो
you
दिन है, आज
shifted.
का दिन है.
So you have switched to the
Completely switch.
product.
And today also I see that as a big challenge.
Correct.
You know कि सर्विसेज के लिए people ask कि आपने किया क्या.
True.
You know डिजाइनर है, मैंने तो बताया सोफा यहाँ रखना है, मैंने तो
true,
बताया
true,
डाइनिंग
true,
टेबल यहाँ रखना है, मेरे वास्तु वाले ने तो बोला ये करना है,
true.
तो आपने क्या किया. The detailing that I have seen you do, you know, over the years, कि आपकी पूरी एक थप्पी बनती है
True.
of all the drawings and
Drawings.
so on. So you are open to take customers contractor, you are okay to put in your contractors onto the job, but give a complete detail such कि
Correct.
कोई भी बंदा figure out कर सकता है.
Absolutely.
So how do you justify the service, or how do you explain कि service is of great value?
See, this was the case when you entered or I entered into this industry. That time the awareness was not there to the great extent. People were wearing, but that was a niche client. That was, let us say, 10% of the Mumbai people.
Yeah.
Those who can afford interior designer, they were knowing that designers' value is what? Professionals. But now, in today's trend, every small house, they want a designer.
Even rental apartments
Yeah, correct. So awareness has grown up to the extent, education has grown up, so it is very easy for people to understand. Of course, social media is playing a major role in Pinterest and in Instagram. People comes in, so see the images, this is what we want. But then we always explain them, this is not the way that design happens. When you go to the doctor will decide where to cut and what to cut for the operation, not the patient. So I always explain and convince my client that since you have come to the professional person, you have to trust me. And since you come through the reference, so you trust their recommendation. where I have done that project, and they have suggested you do it from Divvyakant bhai. He is good and he'll do that. So trust their word and just rely on me. We'll do the best. So that's how people learn and started understanding, trusting. So it is becoming easier and easier. So that's how the things are moving the way it has to move and it should move.
Fantastic. So if you are able to put your service
Yes,
fee in
yes, yes.
front and get it,
Correct.
I think it's the right way. Because when people cut corners, that is where then they compromise
True.
on materials, compromise on things, and it does not go the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
I've seen your sites that even after 20 years, they look as good as new.
True.
So that's a signature in itself, on the intricacy of detail as well as the
Yeah, many
execution.
sites. There are few sites which are very close to my heart. Those sites which I have done 22 years back, those are very close to me in the sense they are friends, best friends' house and all those things. Whenever I go to his house, let's say 10 years before also when I went, I was every regularly, not 10 years before kind, but I'm just giving example like 10 years before also when I must have went, I said this will last you for next 10 years or 15 years. The quality of the work that I have done, I'm confident about the quality that what I have delivered. So that is very important. Client has to just do the paint after every 4-5 years or change the lampshades or the curtain colors. That's it. Otherwise, you don't need to change the furniture, floor and anything. Not even the bathrooms. The style that has been adopted that time also, those are also, I can say that those are in trend right now. In trend.
Okay.
So that much vision kept it in mind. That
So they're all
design.
timeless.
Kind of a timeless thing, yeah.
Fantastic.
And clients are also very happy with that.
No, it's so important, because trends today are changing every 6 months. So if you design something as per today's trend, I think by the time it's delivered, it's already out of the trend.
True.
So, do you sign contracts with customers?
I give my terms and condition documentation.
Okay.
This is what you are hiring me, and this will be my scope of work, and the fee structures and everything, and what I am expecting from client. So I always put everything on the paper and give it to the client.
Okay.
But those are referred client, no? So they knows. So then वहाँ पे then we don't go every time into that. But yes, then I give it to them for the record that you keep this in mind.
The structure is
The
what you're
structure,
explaining.
so it is easy for them to understand.
Okay. But it's a given कि
Yes,
पता है
yes,
कि
they
how to
knows,
go about.
because the document has been given, so they knows that this is the things are going to happen.
Do you say no to any customer?
Yeah, many time, because there are client where they have a different kind of a requirement or expectations are different, or they are too much want to involve too much into the design.
Okay.
Then at the earlier stage we say no, or after getting appointed also I have said no to them, because then it's like not involvement, it's like an interference.
Okay.
When you are hiring a designer or a lawyer or a CA or an architect or a doctor, you don't give advice to the doctor. Number one, they decide what to do and where to do. Neither to the CA, neither to the lawyer how to fight the case and all. You can't advise the architect that this is how. You can just give the requirement, what you want, and you give the taste that you want to, the dream. The rest you leave it on us. Then we start thinking from your point of view. This is what I do. I put myself into the client's shoes. I sit on your seat and then I start thinking that if I have to use this house, how will I
So your
try to create that?
visualization helps.
So visualization, yes, correct. So it is mostly at par most of the time, that the client also feel happy that okay, this is what I have visualized. You have done beyond that.
So, there are some 3Ds that we can create today with AI also.
Correct.
But the kind of detailing that I see in your 3Ds,
Okay.
is मतलब वो 3 लेयर ऑफ मार्बल है, उसके अंदर वो लाइट भी इंक्लूडेड है, उसका सीलिंग जो एंगुलर जा रहा है, उसका फिनिश, everything is you can zoom in and see everything in detail.
Correct.
Now, when you show something like that, is it after taking some brief from customer, or this is your visualization of the space?
No, 3D is like There are many ways of doing the 3Ds. Like there are many architects, designer, they pitch to the client and they show the renders, 3D renders, their visualization, and they take the project. I feel that is, for me, that is the not the right method. I always tell my client, this is not the method that I am going to show you. In a month, I will not show you the 3D. That is not possible for me because I want you to live in that 3D. Want you to live in that 3D. By the time I finish the project, no, you will not, you are just transiting yourself from the 3D to the actual place. It's not a surprise, but it will be more fresh when you enter to the house. So it is extension of the 3D, a new house. So conceptualization happens in my office with a team, client, everybody. We make them satisfied. Design happens, then the 3D happens. A lot of corrections happen in the 3D to achieve that result that I want. Because
Okay.
that I do a lot of detailing in drawings and in 3D to the level that I can zoom to the pixelate and then see that this has to be there in the 3D. And clients should feel that layers, as you said, no, 3 layers or 4 layers with the light and everything, that I get it done in the 3D itself. I try to put all the material maximum that we are selecting or we want to select. And then it comes to a realistic, not the visualization like many said that was a 3D and now this is this. There is always a difference. I don't believe in that. There should not be a difference at all. From my point of view, I want my client to be happy. 3D देखा हुआ है, and you are getting 90-95% the same thing.
But it's a
Except a few
very
here and there colors that they want. Okay, now here ये color से मुझे ये color चाहिए. That is okay.
it's a very interesting thought कि you start living the 3D
Yeah.
and then you
Enter into that.
enter into the room and you already are in a comfort zone.
Correct.
It's not something that you don't know what you're getting into.
Yeah, as I told you that at the age of 7, I started living into that visualization zone. So I was living in that visualization part, that I am not there, but I'm there in that part. Like in Harry Potter, you are transiting to some era to here and there to the edges. So you go there. So I go there, I start living that. So I try to let my client also start living into that. I'm successful in that.
Fantastic. So,
So many a time when I show my 3Ds to the client, I have to show them and say that this is 3D render. Otherwise, they cannot make out sometime that these are actual images.
yeah, and that's
I
how
have to be
close
fair
I
enough
have seen.
to show them. Otherwise, I can easily say this is the actual image.
Yeah.
Client cannot just recognize immediately. But then honestly, I said these are the 3D renders.
No, and I've seen your 3D and actual side be that close.
Correct.
So when you say 90-95, I say
Almost 95%.
99% ही होगा, 100 नहीं बोलना तो.
Many times, yes.
Even artifacts sometimes are
Similar.
Are the same.
Similar, exactly.
Great. So how do you select your vendors? Do you take customers' vendors or do you recommend your vendors?
See, many times I'm open to the vendors list, because sometimes the client says that we have the vendors, contractors team, those are working with us last 15 years, 20 years, and we are happy. But then I don't choose that way. I respect the client. Okay, that is fine. But then I always tell my client that I want to see their work. If they are capable enough to give the finish that I want. Because everybody has in the market, everybody has a work. And clients are also different levels. Everybody is paying to the level they want to spend.
Correct.
Okay. Now, where I stand and I cater to my client, that I am looking out for that particular kind of a finish. Design is a different story. If that contractor is capable of doing and giving that finish, I'm happy. Then I accept those. Otherwise, I have a list of contractors with me. Those are working last 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. So I always recommend my client, those contractors, these are the contractors, they are working with me so many years. And I am happy, and it's like in language, they are understanding what I said.
Correct.
And it is always, I always tell my client, I have no issue with the contractor that you suggest, but then these contractors will be easy for us to work because we know each other, and they are good in terms of finish and understanding the language. And then I don't want to do the R&D. I avoid doing R&D with my client's money. Client's money is my money, and I don't like to waste a single penny of my client, because that is what I always tell my client. we will do whatever we have to do it on the paper and in the 3D. But once we do it on the wall, any correction that you want, you get it done. Let me know earlier. Though it is your money, I don't want to waste that money and the time. Time is my money, and actual wastage is your money. So I don't want to waste that. And I see to it that not even 3 to 5% wastage happen in the site.
Fantastic.
And that is also my record.
That's also a sustainable thing to do.
So sustainable thing, and there are many architects in the market. Huge amount of wastage happens, like doing R&Ds and other thing, 25-30% or 15-20%. I always suggest my client that wastage is a utter killing of the nature resources. I don't believe in that. I do this way. You just support me in the process that I show it to you. It will help you save your cost and the time. So it saves the time also, because when we do something and when we break the whole thing, we are wasting the time also.
Absolutely.
So that is killing.
Absolutely. So what is more important for you, form or function?
Of course, form follows the functions.
Form follows function.
Yeah, that is the first principle I learned in the college. And I till date I follow the same thing, because any shape that we design is depend on the requirement of the client. So first that requirement freezed inside the brain, and to that requirement we start shaping it up.
Fantastic. So is there always a central theme or a central point around which you take up a design?
I'll put it other way around. There is always a focal point, as you said, the center. Many a time in the projects, like there are certain points, certain locations, the areas or the corner, which even the architect feels like, अरे यार ये नहीं होता तो अच्छा था, ये suddenly this is a pain in
नजर बट्टू है.
नजर बट्टू, मतलब वो, for me that is the focal point.
Okay.
So I don't run away from there. I start from there.
Okay.
Because
so
that
like
is the
a
worst
column
thing.
बीच में आ गया या
बीच में आ गया या anything happens or beam something like that. So I start from there. So उससे तो बुरा नहीं होने वाला. So you start from there, so rest is going to be a better one.
Okay. Okay, it's always how you look at things.
Of
that
course, yes.
perspective बदल जाता है.
Correct.
One word to describe your design style.
I always tell many of the fraternity and many of the colleagues in the industry that I am not following one particular style as such right now, since the day one, because designer is an artist, and artists should be versatile to take the job and cater and justify it. So I feel like if I have done 10 projects in a row, like let's say 10 bungalows, if I got a chance to design a society where 10 bungalows are there in the row, person should realize that this is also done by me and this is also done by me, and the 10th one also done by me, but all are different. It's like a finger, not a single finger is same. That is a God's creation. So you should understand that and follow those rules. You are a creator. So why that signature? So if all are different, so that is my signature.
Okay. So how will that differentiation come? Will it be based on the personality of the customer, or you will think differently?
No, I always try to think different. That is always there. But client's personality is very important. And I always tell my client that I am designing for you. Okay. And I want the certificate from you that you are satisfied. Once you said I am very happy, so that is a certificate for me. But at the same moment, your neighbor will come with you and they said, I didn't like this place. So I'm not bothered about that, because that is not meant for him. The place is meant for you and you are happy. So that is how the creation comes. If I'm designing for that neighbor guy, I will design according to his requirement and the taste. May not be matching to your house. And you may say that this is not my taste. So that's how the things are all different.
Yeah.
And I don't leave the signature, this is the way, because I go a lot of into detailing. So every creation needs a detail. Otherwise it doesn't turn up. any surface which is flat is not a creation. But to create that looks like a flat, huge amount of brain has to be put so it looks like a simple and a very flat look.
The form and the flow.
Form and the flow, yeah, true.
Fantastic. So I've also seen that the kind of involvement that you do in every project. You're available to answer a customer's call. You are visiting site almost twice a month, checking on if things are moving
Once a
in the.
week.
Okay, 4 times a month, which is again rare. I
Yeah.
have seen some designers
After
name.
reaching to the level, it is difficult for everybody to go to the site. But I try to see that I go once in a week.
Wow. And then that's how things get accountable and
Correct. So it's like, why this format also I am following since years, like many years, last 20, 25 years, 23, 24 years. Like I have a fixed schedule of when we get appointed with the client. We appoint the contractors and everything gets aligned. We fix a day which is comfortable for the client, architects and a contractor. We come to a conclusion that which is the good day and the timing also, because contractors are also working with many architects and the clients are also busy with the office and the traveling, and so we are. We also different
all three
numbers of
have their
projects are
own.
there in hand.
Yeah.
So those timings should not clash, and any time that client said kal aa jao hum milte hain, or contractor ko also we call that kal aa jao 5 baje, that doesn't happen and doesn't happen every time. So we fix the schedule and that particular day and the time remains throughout the project.
Okay.
So it is easy for everybody
Okay.
to understand and remember, whether the client, contractor, my team, me. And then in that particular slot, we don't enter somebody's other schedule and other timings. We know that I'm going this time, this particular place, and attending and meeting this guy.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah, I think it works out
It
easy
works
for
very
everybody.
easily and very smoothly. I try to be more on organized. I am a person who love to be in more organized way.
Disciplined as well.
Disciplined way and the organized way, and that's how the peace of mind is there. And don't at the last, I am not the person who is the believing in doing the thing at the last moment, 12th hour, 11th hour. I get prepared myself and sit aram se.
Okay.
So no
Fantastic.
pressure to the brain. I give pressure only for the design that I want to do, not otherwise.
Okay. And organize things always
Yeah,
pan
it
out.
works. It works.
Yeah, so I know that every Tuesday if I'm going to the factory, right from my driver to everybody knows कि आज वहाँ
आज का
पे
schedule
होना
यहाँ
है.
का ही है.
So if anyone wants to fix a time for me, they will do it
Of
at
course,
that
yes.
time. Works. So do you think sustainable products are a fad, or do you think it actually works?
It actually works, and I'm into sustainable products and the definition of sustainable since the years, many years. Like,
And the fact that your interiors last 20 plus years is
exactly because of that.
Yeah,
Because of
otherwise
that.
if things start falling apart in
Correct.
5, 7, 10 years, it's definitely not
I just give
sustainable.
you one example. One residence apartment I have done a couple of years back. That apartment I have done 22 years back also.
Okay.
For other client. He has sold to this client.
Okay.
And this client had started living, and he was knowing that this house has been done by Divvyakant Bhai earlier, and the client has seen my other projects also, offices and other things, and he said that whenever I'll do this house, I'll call Divvyakant Bhai. Because he knows me because of my design and the quality. Okay. So that house, when he called me that Divvyakant Bhai, I want you to appoint for this house. So let's come, we meet up. So I went there and meet at his house. He said, आपने जो घर बनाया ना, ये पहले दिन का ही बनाया था, आज की तारीख में भी वैसा ही है. So I want the same quality. So that is a sustainable thing. Marble that I have used or the wood that I have used, he said that not a single piece of marble has come out, even from the place that normally in 6 months or a year, marble starts coming it out. So that is like 20 years back आपने बनाया था, अभी भी वहाँ से marble नहीं निकला है. and the wood is also of the same quality. Even I was seeing the doors and everything was in fantastic quality, finish and look. It was maintained very well. I was feeling bad when I was just changing the entire house because the requirement was different and everything thrown out and done it in a new way because the style and design was different. But then I felt that
Personality
this
of the
was
client.
right what I have done, and that client has used many years and he was happy. So that is a sustainable thing.
Absolutely.
Like every 4 years, if you change the thing, that is sustainable. You are somewhere here and down, here and there, penetrating or maybe disturbing the nature, destroying the nature. Rather, you spend once little more than what. I don't want client to incur the recurring costs every 3 years, 4 years. That is a waste of money and the time. Client doesn't have that many days or a month every 4 years to waste. I said all of the client, rather you spend good amount of holidays and good money in holidays. Those are very important nowadays. Instead of just redoing 3-4 years down the line, you spend properly in doing the house once every 10 years. More than enough.
Super. So whatever is the cost of interiors one spent divided by 10 years, I think it will last much longer than that.
I always tell my client that this is what I have done will last you at least 15 years or maybe 20 years. Here in this
20 years with proof that it lasts.
It lasts, correct. But trend is right now, I am saying, why I am saying 10 years, like every 10 years people want to change the house or the design also. Otherwise, I can say that, I can vouch that property what I have designed will stay for at least 15-20 years. I just see
With
to
that
it
is
the amount of detailing that I do and the quality that I take it from the contractor. See, design is one thing that I perceive, I visualize that this design, every design has a life. If you think maybe 5-7 years beyond, so वो 5 साल 6 साल तो डिज़ाइन किसी को समझ में नहीं आएगी. 5-6 साल के बाद वो ट्रेंड में आएगी और उसके बाद 5-6 साल और चलेगी. तो मतलब 10 साल 12 साल 15 साल तो दैट डिज़ाइन इज न्यू. ओके, सो आई एम sorted with that. Now the quality comes. I just see to every contractor that they are on their toes for the quality and the finish. So that lasts you for 15-20 years. Simple.
Correct. So where we are very clear on what we want to deliver to the client, and I think you will attract also those kind of clients, those kind of vendors.
Correct.
So the whole ecosystem then works accordingly.
As you said, vendor. Now I have the vendors like you, those who are, I am there or they are there with me last 15 years, 20 years.
Absolutely.
Okay. And they knows me that what quality I am expecting from the vendor. Okay, because vendor, they have a n number of varieties in terms of design and in terms of quality, because they are selling the product. Okay, so they have to be in the market and they have the bias of all standards.
Correct.
So I cannot say that you sell only this and sell only that. That is not happening. But every vendor where I go, they knows that Divvyakant Mistry will not accept this quality. They will not accept it. So don't show those.
Absolutely.
So they will show the quality which is needed to me. So that is the first level of filtration happens. So quality is not going to get compromised. Then the finishing and the execution come contractors. The contractor also knows that he is not going to accept the finish that we are thinking of. So that is also sorted.
They will only tell you कि sir ये रहने दो ये वाला करते हैं.
Correct. So many times when I go to the store and the store's salesperson, if the person is new, then the owner or the old one, they will say Divvyakant bhai आए हैं ना तो आप उनको ये वाली चीजें नहीं दिखाना. He don't like to see and use those kind of things. You show him this kind of materials. He prefer to be in this. So that is easy for me to get it sorted out. As I said, I would like to say about the Marshall now. I have done 22 years back one of my best friend's house. When I said that I have done that house, I have done 2 friends' house at a time. Both are very close, best friends. In the gap of 1.5, 2 months, I have done both the house. Okay. So in one of the house, I have used the wallpaper, even in the ceiling, false ceiling.
Okay.
False ceiling wallpaper is in trend last few years back. Okay, but I have used 22 years back. And till date, that wallpaper is there in the ceiling,
Wow.
done by Marshall. But the quality is so good,
Huh.
the client is also very happy.
Hmm.
And people sometimes realize that ceiling में कहाँ से wallpaper लगता है? I said I have used 22 years back.
Hmm.
Now I'm not using it. There are other ways.
Why?
There are other ways of using the material. I always try to explore the capacity of the material.
Huh.
See, every material has a good capacity. You should know how and where you can use.
Huh.
So the person who cannot think,
Hmm.
यहाँ पे हो सकता है, I try to think that way,
Hmm.
out of the box.
That
That is
I
the
have
best way.
that I have seen. So you'll highlight things like you said.
Correct.
You'll create the pain point as the focal point.
Correct.
So वो नजरिया बदलो नजारा बदलता
हाँ,
है.
true, very true. The perception changes, no?
हाँ, हाँ. So you know, Marshalls today completes 50 years this year, and for us it's not just about looking back,
Correct.
but looking
So I'm
forward
there
to the
last
next.
25 years, 50%. I'm there with you.
Yes,
I'm using the
yes,
product.
yes. So 50 forward. So we have a few fast forward rapid questions for you.
Okay.
Okay, and this is the last segment. So uh, as fast as you can.
Yeah, no problem.
Uh, any favorite architect or designer you look up to?
I worked with Nozar Wadia
Huh.
as in my earlier experience, and I consider him as my guru. I worked with him for not a longer span, 1.5, 2 years, a kind of a thing. But whatever I have learned, I always, the things are always there in my mind till date, whatever I have
Okay.
learned.
Okay.
So he's one of my favorite person in the architecture in India.
Fantastic. It's something about Parsis and design.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
particularly about Nozar Wadia. He has a different eyes to the product.
Okay.
It's not about the Parsis or Gujarati or somebody else, but every designer has no community. I'll put it that way. But yes, Parsis are there in Mumbai, good architects are there, but he, not as a Parsi, but he has a brain.
Okay. Nice. And he's still relevant.
He's, yeah.
Yeah. Would you suggest profession of interior design to youngsters? Suddenly I see a lot of interior designers, you know, pre-COVID, you knew these 200 firms in Bombay do design.
Correct.
Today there are 2000 plus.
Yeah.
So do you recommend, is there still potential to grow?
There is a lot of potential to grow because everybody, those who are into this market, are getting here and there some kind of projects to the capacity what they have and they can and they want to. Because there are designers, they want to do 1 year, 2 year experience and they want to start their own. That is not the right way because at least 7 to 8 years of experience working with some good architect, you learn and understand that, and then you start your own practice maybe in 9 year down the line, 8 year down the line is the right way. But then, as you said, to suggest something, market is big.
Actually, I have a different take on this. I feel that collaboration is the real way forward.
Correct.
As a designer, when you're working, your strength is design and
True.
execution and so on. But to a business, as an entrepreneur, as an enterprise, like you very nicely did your commerce first and then
Correct.
got into a profession, so you could manage the Excel sheet, the debit credit, the accounting part of it alongside your design journey. Those things become a big challenge for most.
True.
You know,
Yeah,
and that's a big aspect of business.
They should understand. I tell many times that you can't just jump after 10 to the professional line. Any interior design or fashion design or anything. You are not matured enough. Exceptionals are there, but you are not matured enough to understand that, to take that load. Okay. So you spend your earlier couple of years, maybe 3 years, 4 years or 3 years to understand and grow yourself and learn, understand the market. From school, you cannot go everywhere.
Correct.
But when you come to the college, you learn what is there in the surround. You came out from the well. You start learning. Then
Exploring.
you start exploring. So that is the best way. So this is my take for every newcomer who wants to be a designer or you want to start their own practice. Don't rush yourself. Maybe in a couple of years, if you want to start the design, don't do that. that is a shortcut that will not last you for long. If you want to stay in the field, and if you want to stay and see yourself after down the line 10 years where you want to be, stick to the place. If the place is good, learn and understand the experience and style of the architect, what they are doing. You be a part of the projects, many projects. Like if you are there with the architect and you stay there for, let's say, 4-5 years, then you will be a part of at least 8 to 10 projects or more. Then you are seasoned enough to understand the styles. As I said, I am a versatile person to do a different. If somebody is staying with me for 5 years, 7 years down the line, and they understand 5, 7, 10 projects, so every project has a different language. So they understand
Correct.
कि style में how the work is done. So always
Absolutely.
strong advice not to rush. Learn for 5, 7 years and then start.
I would say entrepreneurship is not just
I
about
pers-
design, business development,
Correct.
HR,
Every segment you
finance,
need to understand. Every segment you have
R&D,
to do.
everything.
Correct.
So if you are interested in design, stick to that and do your best in that.
Otherwise you'll have to depend on the contractors and the outsourcing the detailing, that okay, the furniture guy will do the detailing, or contractor, you have to depend how contractors are going to do the detailing. You will never learn the detailing, and that time if you want to do something better, you won't be able to do it. The reason is like you don't know.
Yeah,
Then you have to rely on the contractors, and
absolutely.
sometimes contractor will not show you the right way because they have their own way of working.
No, they want the
Sometimes they have their
shortest
own
possible.
shortcuts.
Yeah.
Either the shortcuts or multiple layers of materials.
Hmm.
Many times happens that carpenters adds the layers.
उसका बिल बढ़ता है.
उनका बिल बढ़ता है. Either उनका बिल नहीं बढ़ता है, तो they have their own level of knowledge, and where we don't want to waste that material. So there the designer comes into the
Absolutely.
picture, saving the cost of the material for the client and the resources. Why to waste, which is of no use for anybody.
Absolutely.
So that is important.
So where do you get your design inspiration? अब इतने projects किए हैं over so many years, how can you think new?
You keep the eyes open, whether the place is small or big, India or abroad. Any and every design has some inspiration. If I open my book of references, what I have, the catalogs, if I open 15 years old book also, I'll get some inspiration.
Okay.
Because whenever you see something, same image, same picture, you'll see every time a different detail. Same image and same picture, if you see, you take my word, every time you'll see the different thing in that single image.
Okay.
So that is an inspiration.
So I listen to certain spiritual gurus and so on.
Okay.
And if I listen to that one piece 5 times also, every time the learning is different. Because it
Same
depends
thing.
on what context
Correct.
you
What
are at.
context you want to see that, because every picture has a different context. Now, one time you want to see the bed, you'll see the bed only. One time you see the window, you'll see the window only. So in that picture, there are so many things are there.
Yeah.
So every time new way you'll see. So those are inspired thing.
And for that, your mind has to be decluttered.
Yes.
The
correct,
moment there is
correct,
too
correct,
much
correct.
happening, वो clarity नहीं
नहीं
मिलता.
मिलेगी.
So how do you achieve this?
I see the picture or the reference or the place every time as a fresh mood board. Instead of cluttering this thing, okay, I have seen this, I have seen this, I have seen this. I always see it, what I want to see in that. So that the freshness is always there. And then developing the shape and other thing, depending on the client's requirement, also we have to develop those things. No? Then the brain starts.
So sketching?
Sketching, of course, I always do the sketching. And the pencil and rulers are most of the time they are there with me. And I tell so many times the students also and the designers also that my way of working is like when I have the pencil in my hand, like this, okay, my brain connects to the pencil and hand. So it's like brain, eyes, hand, and a paper all in one paper, one page gets sync. So the design and the idea starts.
So that's where art gets done.
That's where the arts get done. Otherwise, on the computer, when you do, the keyboards are there, mouse are there. You are not connected somewhere down the line. Monitor is there. You zoom. You are doing zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out. You are not focused. So I don't sit on the computer most of the time. The paper where I have the printouts with me, I want to see this corner or I want to see this corner. Everything is moving with my head, not zooming and zoom out, zooming and zoom out. It's not the way. By moment you do zoom in, zoom out, you are out of the brains and ideas. You have to be everything in front of you.
Fantastic.
That's how the sketching and development
So you're
happens.
seeing the whole picture together and not just part of the picture.
Correct. So I sync and interconnect everything. This is happening here. So from this part to this part, what are the replications? How to relate those things? It's not like one piece I'm designing.
Correct.
It's a whole. It's like a whole story.
Yeah.
Every dialogue has a meaning, and there are not two different line of directors are like not Sanjay Leela Bhansali and Rohit Shetty. Both has different language of doing the movies.
Yeah.
If you connect one of the dialogues to each other's movie, it will not work. So you have to think those lines.
So you create the flow
So I
along
have to
with the
create the
form.
flow and.
So what do you do more?
I'm happy
Interior, residential or commercial?
Under the sun, everything comes to my hand, and if that is interesting, I do that.
But both are very different.
Yeah, I do a lot of residence and personal offices, which is my forte.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy and successful in
Yeah,
that.
I've not seen you do like cut, copy, paste. Well, I see you doing more quality where that design matters. And
in my life, I have done a lot of corporates projects also. So many I have learned with the architects on the corporate projects, 5-star hotels. So I have the experience of 5-star hotels. I have done one of my 5-star hotel in Coimbatore, Lee Meridian.
Okay.
Apart from there, the residencies are there, corporate offices are there, hotels are there. In hotel also, as I told you earlier, that so many different areas I have explored. So that was something very fascinating. In hotel itself, I have done a variety of areas which cannot be possible at a single given point of time. So that I love to explore.
Yeah, there's a lot of learning when you are doing specific spaces.
Correct.
So the research that goes behind
A lot
it
of
and so
research
on.
have to put, and I'm happy doing those research also, and the detailing that takes place in that. I'm happy doing that.
So tell me, what has changed in the design from where it was 20 years ago to where it is today?
For me, or the trend?
Not more the trend, but more the technology, because I think today there is a lot of gadgets that have come into. So how has that changed the detailing or the design?
The gadgets are always helping visualizing the place better way. That is the only thing, and it gets faster.
No, like you have automation, you have cameras, and so many things that have become a part of what we do every single day.
Correct.
I think today we need 5 extra sockets in every room because we want to plug and play all the time.
True. So it always help, because the trend is changing and the requirements are also changing every day. So those are the needs of an hour. You have to be with those things in terms of whether the automation, which is a part of the life. Many are saying that automation will make the kids, always the generation which is using, they always think about the last generation, the latest generation, that they will not work or they will not do this. So let's not do the automation, because otherwise they will not get up and do the work also. But that is not the right thing. When you are on the mobile and the app is all touch and play, so automation is always helpful. So anything which is advanced is always designed for the betterment. Like AI is there right now, it is going to help for the betterment, that you can think something else which is needed. You can't be with the prototype, that old way of working. We can't now stick on the drawing board and draw the drawings and other things.
Correct.
Computers are generating the drawings, AI is generating the drawings now. So you can think better in that, no? You can always expect from those systems something which was not possible that time.
Correct.
So that's
you have to use them as tools.
You have to use them, correct, as a tool.
So who are you, a morning thinker or a night owl?
Not night owl.
No.
Morning. I love to get up early morning. Nights are difficult.
Has any client ever criticized your design?
Uh, Not really. I don't remember that way,
No.
very honestly.
I think for
Not
you
really.
it's a process, no?
It's a
साथ में मिलके
process.
करते हैं.
Yeah, because it's the reason is like when we design the thing, no, so I take client into confidence. I just don't rule myself that this I am a designer and I want to do this. I always tell my client that you are going to use that, no. So I am thinking from client's point of view that he should be happy, happy and happy ever. It's not that to show me or tell me that I'm happy. It's not that way. So always taking him into confidence and doing the things always good. The user of that particular area. Maybe in one house there are 2 generations or 3 generations are living. So every generation should satisfy that I try to take care. I have done recently one house where 3 generations are staying. Grandparents are also staying. Parents are also there, and the young one is about to get married. So that matured generations are there. And I got a very good review from them. A couple of days back only, we have done the testimonial with them, handed over the site. They started crying that we are very happy with the way you have handled the entire thing, and it doesn't look like that it is meant for one generation. The older one also feel very young, and youngest one also feel that this is not meant for the older one. So that is how you have to. I
Balance it so
understand
well.
the psychology of the client and design. So it is easy. Earlier you have to put your brain, lot of thought process you have to do that, but then the process becomes smoother.
Fantastic. So any one material that you're tired of seeing?
Recently, yes, recently the flutes are the reason of flutes are getting tired is like flute is not something new for me. I have used flutes. I'm using flutes since last almost what 15 years. When flutes were not there in the trend. That time also I have done the flutes in the design with the woods and other thing. So now it's passe for me. It's not something new. It's not new that I want to use. So we try to change the shapes or try to explore new way of doing that thing.
So
That
you
is the
like
only
to be
reason.
ahead of time?
Of course, yes. I am always ahead of time and I love to be ahead of time. And client also says that. Client also says that and he agrees. There are many times that happens that client says that this is what now in market now Divvyakant bhai, you have done this is 10 years back for us. So then I said that now you don't use this, send it to your गाँव. गाँव में घर में भेज दो आप. यहाँ पे अभी we'll do something else.
No, I think the calmness and clarity that you have, no, is what allows that creativity to
Of course,
come in.
yes.
So what do you prefer, monochrome or bold colors?
No, it's I don't stick to any color scheme as such as this is what I like and I don't like. Depend on the usage.
Okay.
Monochrome is like many a time that you need a soft feel. Then monochromes are always good. But when you want to cheer up the life, then monochromes are not let you cheer up the life. They will settle down you. You are there. But the colorful life, if you want to live the colorful life, you have to be in that.
So probably generation wise you will separate it or something?
Generation wise and the usage wise.
Okay.
Not generation wise, usage wise. If you want to use for particular hours or particular way, then those colors are for every generation.
Okay.
That way.
Okay. Do you like open spaces or cozy nooks?
No, open, I prefer to be more open and spacious.
Okay. So do you prefer coffee table books or Pinterest boards?
Coffee table books.
More design in
More
that.
design in that.
What's your guilty pleasure in design?
Nothing as such so far.
नहीं,
Nothing
no
as such.
signature element ki ye.
Nothing. Because I keeps on recollecting myself after I designing so many years I'm into this, no. But I don't see anything, any particular piece that okay, this I have repeated. Because I always tell my client, I will not repeat for you. If I get appointed or I select the client and I show them the apartment or the office or whatever the project is, the first condition I put with them that you see the place, maybe in the tablet or actually, But when you see that, okay, this is very nice, Divvyakant, I want to do the same thing, then you are at the wrong place. I don't like to repeat and do the same thing, copy paste. I'm not a copy paste architect designer. I feel like this is my the tagline for my business and my company that I have kept is like new dollar, new design. You're spending a
Wow.
new money. Every time you're spending a new money, then
Hmm.
take a new design. When a designer is ready to willing to design and do the work,
Hmm.
take it. Otherwise, there are architects those are doing at half the cost. But of course, then those half also is good profitable for them because they are doing copy paste. एक बिल्डिंग में अगर 10 साइट चालू है तो ऊपर वाले को मालूम नहीं है नीचे वाले के यहाँ कौन आने वाला है. So they are just repeating. Many a time it happens. Or not even in the building. If you or your friends or some other, those are not interconnected. They just copy paste the whole thing that वहाँ पे बनाया यहाँ पे बना दो, same करो, खत्म करो. They can afford at the 50% also. I can't afford at the 50% because I have to put my efforts every time new. The brain has to be working every time. So new dollar, new design is every time to the client that I will not repeat. I will not do the copy paste.
So you are creating a signature and a masterpiece for every customer.
Piece, yes, correct.
Wow. So what
So
next?
client also feel happy,
What is that one
That is a
project?
good question that I always ask. What next?
Huh. And what is that one project that you would want to do? Your dream project. कि ये करना. 25 years you've done so much work.
See, as a project, so we are doing residence offices, and so many things are there. So nothing as such that I want to do this because scale always varies. To certain scale we are doing, to certain scale that we feel that okay, this scale is next should be there. Only the scale is a challenge.
Yeah, but I think
Otherwise,
you've
the
done
style and design.
duplex and large villas and all
So that is
kinds
always
of
a scale,
projects.
and I always challenge myself. If I have done, let us say, 10,000 square feet of capacity, I always try to give myself a challenge of at least 3 to 4 times
Okay.
to take that project
Okay.
and serve them with a smile that this is perfectly done.
Okay.
So that is what I feel, and most of the time I am successful in that.
Fantastic.
Because I put my 100% effort in that. I try to see that when I take the project, before taking the project, I think twice, 10 times that should I do this or not? Not, yes. But once I have taken the project, then I don't go back and say कि नहीं अभी ये नहीं करना है करके.
How much do you think Vastu plays a role in the project?
Very important role. Nowadays or before also, very important role. Many clients say that we don't follow the Vastu, then it's fine. Then we don't do too much brainstorming with the client. But then I personally see to it that basic knowledge that I have amongst the many years of experience that I have met so many Vastu consultant in years. So certain principles that I know what should be the way. So those I always try to put in the design.
Okay.
Whether clients said or they don't say. In basic, I just put it that way. And when clients said we don't want to consider Vastu, then also those things are there. Why is like I want my client to be happy and satisfied at the end of the day also and after that also. So I try to see that those
So that
things
is
are
complementary and part of the design.
I don't charge for that.
Super. Super. So wonderful. Such a nice conversation with you, and I hope
Thank you.
the generation ahead learns
Yeah,
and
of
picks
course.
up points
Correct.
from this, understands how important detailing is, how important going back to your drawing board is, how important visiting site is, and takes it up accordingly.
Yes. It is
Some
very
last
important.
words for the viewers.
I always tell my viewers and advise that especially those who are into the design whether the student or the fresher or started journey a couple of years back, don't rush up. There is no shortcut. This is what I have learned. When I was in the commerce, there was in the classes they used to give the books. Over there it was written there is no substitute for hard work. So that's how I learned that there is no substitute. So I put it in the brain and I always see that I put my best. I have to give my best. If I'm not satisfied, I'll give my best. There is no shortcut. Don't search the shortcut where you can be at certain level, you can reach. Sometimes shortcut will help you out couple of times, but not every time. So I feel that focus on the goal that you want to be and what you want to do. don't change you change the route, but don't change the goal. I personally believe that, and I am doing that. So this is the strong advice to student, learner, and a new one. Those who are seasoned, they knows the business. So
They've been there,
nothing.
done that.
They are there. So nothing. And for the clients, like those who want to do the design of their properties, always tell my clients, I trust the architects, designer, whoever you appoint. You think twice before appointing. You understand their background. I always tell my client, you come and meet me in my office, so you understand you are working with whom. It's not that ego or something, but I put myself in a way that the client should get satisfaction कि भाई इनके साथ काम करे तो इनका background क्या है. When you are paying something, you should know where you are spending that money, on whom you are spending that money, and whether that particular person is capable or not to deliver that. It is not a small amount that residence or the office or apartment interior is not very cheap nowadays.
Absolutely.
Okay. So if you are buying a mobile, also think 10 times. So this is like an apartment designing and spending money on the
So many
architects.
emotions attached to it, so much
You are
cost
spending your
attached to it.
life of that important years, like 10 years, 15 years. So those should be feel very happy when you have started using it. So that is a one important decision of selecting the architect will change your life. You take my word. Good architect, whether expensive or sasta is not important, but if he is right, he'll change your life. And those fees that he is going to charge, that will be free in first year itself of the project. I can guarantee you. I guarantee my client that my fees, you don't need to pay from your pocket otherwise, because you see to it that you are happy. And you save a lot of money, because I try to save the lot of wastages. I try to save here and there whatever are not needed, those kind of cost. So the fees gets free, doesn't pinch to the client.
Correct.
And professionals are trained for that thing. Saving the cost of the client is always the professional's first responsibility.
Yes.
Otherwise, contractors are more than enough.
Yeah. Value for money. Deliver value for money.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm doing that and I'm successful in that. So, this is an advice from my side to everybody. Hope it helps everybody. And
Fantastic.
thank you, Mona,
Such a nice
for a lovely
time.
time.
And
Yeah.
thank you
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.